So the other day, I made a video talking about should we actually see more live action Clone Wars or should we see Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker, Ewan McGregor, everybody just come back for one last kind of like big hurrah to the Skywalker or Clone Wars part of the story of Star Wars. And I've been getting some mixed, reactions to it. And personally, I understand every single last point from every single last person that's talked about it so far. And I appreciate you guys talking about it. But let's go ahead and look at this from an objective standpoint. We all know Deadpool and Wolverine has been a massive success for our pretty much cousins now over at Disney with the MCU. This movie has pretty much single-handedly reinvigorated the love of the MCU, well, at least to a small extent, back into Disney, into the MCU in general, and Marvel. I mean, if you look at the views, when you look at the trailers for the movies that drop, I think the Thunderbolts trailer and Captain America trailer, they all got a bunch and a ton of interest now due to this movie. And it's overall brought eyes back to the MCU, even at a small bit. But if they're able to, let's just say Captain America is going to be a great movie, which I think it's going to be a good movie. I don't know if it's going to be great necessarily, but judging off the trailer, I think it's going to be a good movie. Do I think it's going to be a world beater? Absolutely not. But anyway, my whole point is, why can't we have something like that with Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi just one more time? And I know most people could say, oh, we tried it with the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show and it was still absolutely ruined. And this is where the issue comes in with Star Wars. When it comes to the MCU, at least it seems like they're trying a lot. I mean, at the MCU side of things, they're changing directors, they're changing creative artists, they're listening to the fans a bit. That's why we got Deadpool and Wolverine. They are almost sidelining everything that involves the Marvels, because really know everybody does not like Captain Marvel, and obviously they're going to come back at some point in the future, but they kind of put them on a sideline for right now, and they're not really talking about them that much. Meanwhile, over here at Star Wars, most of us fans don't want a Rey movie. Oh, guess what? We're going to get another 2 Rey movies that have been confirmed to be in works. What they also do at the MCU is they cast and they get people who actually enjoy the character who they are playing. I mean, obviously, Ryan Reynolds loved Deadpool. He talks about it ad nauseum that he loved to play Deadpool, and that was his dream. And Ryan Reynolds studied Deadpool, and he understands Deadpool as a character, and he really took it to the next length. And obviously, we have Hugh Jackman, somebody who absolutely loves the character of Wolverine, studied Wolverine ad nauseum, and is now literally the embodiment of Wolverine. Yeah, he's not the comic book accurate 5'3" version, which I honestly don't think would work on a big screen anyway. We saw in the movie, but also he just loves the character and he tries to get his personality and traits down to the best of his ability. And there's plenty of other characters, such as Daphne Keane as playing X-23, Gambit, Channing Tatum loved playing Gambit. He's gone on ad nauseum about how he really studies the character, trying to understand exactly how to play Gambit. Does he need to work on the accent? Yes, but that's not necessarily an easy accent to actually replicate. But he did a good job at doing so. And also other characters such as Wesley Snipes as Blade. Basically what I'm saying over here is at Star Wars, we don't have this. Well, I won't say that we don't have this because we have it to an extent, but we have Tamora Morrison, who absolutely loves playing the clones and also playing Jango Fett. And he loves to play Boba Fett. We also have Hayden Christensen, who loves to play Anakin Skywalker. We have Ewan McGregor, who studies Obi-Wan. He even studied Alec Guinness to the T. I mean, he knows Alec Guinness better than probably anybody else here. We also have the character Rosario Dawson playing Ahsoka. She studies Ahsoka a lot, and that's something that she takes pride in, is playing Ahsoka. So we have people who really care about their roles. We have people who actually really care about the characters. And this is why I truly believe that if we got like at least one more movie based in the Clone Wars and live action with our characters that we all know and love, and more importantly, we know that the actors and actresses care and love about their characters that much more. How about we make a whole movie based on that again? Or even a TV show based on the Clone Wars again? I think it would be great. I mean, we could have a big turnaround such as what it did for Deadpool and Wolverine. As we all know, Star Wars is not in a great spot right now. And I believe that if we get someone like Dave Filoni, Sam Witwer, as people in the background, as, the director, producers, if they're able to get behind this and they all work together and make a great movie or TV show and kind of brings everything together and we kind of hit a reset button in a kind of a way, we just hit a reset button, then I believe that it can bring eyes back to Star Wars, which Star Wars deserves, because Star Wars, in my opinion, is just as big, if not bigger than the MCU. It can be, but it's just we have not had the right direction lately. And also, I saw another comment that someone said, while we still have them, why not? While we still have Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor and, Tamora Morrison, why not use them to have them act on something that they actually love to do. And this movie can almost reset everything. I mean, if you get the right eyes on it, because kind of like how Deadpool and Wolverine did, it almost reset the MCU in terms of like, okay, yeah, here's the hype again. The hype is starting to build back up. Now, if the next MCU movies are actually good, then they have a bunch of hype that can roll them into their next phases. It's something that Star Wars can actually use right now. As excited as I am for Andor and Skeleton Crew, I just know that those two shows are not going to be enough to bring Star Wars back to where it needs to be at, or where it can be at. So I believe that something along the lines of a Deadpool and Wolverine style movie, and obviously not without all the jokes, but, you know, based in Star Wars, based on an era that a lot of people love and know, the Clone Wars era, with live action Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen, with live action young Ahsoka, live action Ewan McGregor, all in the Clone Wars era with our own story. Then it can turn the aura around Star Wars into back to being good and not in this mess we're in right now, because we all know Star Wars is like in a civil war right now. Even it's bad out here. And I know the Clone Wars era has been played out so long, but I just have a feeling in a way that this could actually bring everybody back, and I think it just deserves just one more, you know, just one more movie or TV show based in the Clone Wars era. You know, you give the movie the right budget, or TV show, you give it the right budget, you know, act like at 180 million. I believe that something like this should get about 200 to 210 million, because we all know it'll be a hit. Or actually, just to rub insult to injury, to add insult to injury, to act like, give it a less budget, give it about 150 million, and see how much of an impact this show would actually have over that one. So you give it the right budget, you give it the right creative team, you give it the right directors, you already have the actors in place, and honestly, I say let's get it rolling. I'm pretty sure that they've already even discussed this over at Disney. But who knows? I believe that this is something that's needed. I think they have had discussions about this after the success of Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool and Wolverine. So hopefully this actually does come true. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. As I said, this is more of like a follow-up video to the video the other day. May the force be with you. And as always, have a great rest of your day.
You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.